Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm going to attempt to make these wind chimes that I was talking about in my Friday haul. I found these little ceramic butterflies, so I got 4 of them. I may actually get some more to add to this later, I don't know. But we're going to try to do it with these 4. We're going to do a little decoupage on here. And my original thought was they had these big round ceramic discs is what I was going to use, which I'm not now because I was going to drill holes in these. It's not easy. With my drill, I cannot drill a hole in these. So if you have something better that drills better, whatever. But I'm going to try to make this easy so everybody can do this. So we're not going to use that. But they did have these flowers there that I thought this will work perfect. The only thing, I have to paint it. I already painted one here, and I painted it with 2 coats of this folk art chalk paint. And it covered this all up, and then we're going to add some decoupage on this as well. So, but this one was actually had a white frame to it and a pink flower, but you could paint this one too, it doesn't matter. I was going to actually use this one, then I changed my mind because the colors doesn't work. I've changed my mind a million times. You should be glad you weren't here for that. But anyway, first thing we're going to do with these butterflies is I'm going to actually paint these with another coat of white. I mean, they are kind of white, but they're not a white, and you'll see that when I put some of this on here because you can really tell the difference. And the only reason I'm doing that is the brighter that you have, white you have, the better off your napkins are going to show up. Now, these are the napkins I'm using. This one I'm using for the top flower only because I only had 3 of the other napkins, and it wasn't quite enough of this one here that I'm going to do the butterflies with. So I'm hoping nobody will say, oh, those are so different, but I really don't think anybody's going to notice. But anyway, we're going to use these on the top, those on the butterflies, and then I have some of this nylon string. It's nylon thread, actually. It's really, really strong, and I think it'll be perfect for this. I'm actually going to double it to hang up the top piece, but as far as hanging the butterflies, I think that'll be perfect. Or you could use like fishing line or some other kind of cord, whatever you have. Would be really cute. But first thing I want to do is paint this up. I already got that painted, save a little time here, and I got some of the butterflies done already. To save a little time because it does take a little bit of time here to get this done. So I'm just going to put a nice coat of this white on here, and I'll show you here this in a second that you can really see. Get the edges here real good. That's a much, you can tell that's a much brighter white than what it's originally, you know, the ceramic color is. So it's just going to make your napkin show up so much nicer, because the darker the background, it's going to dull the image on your napkin, and you don't want that. So we're just going to paint this one up here. I already did the other side of it. Save a little time here. There, just to brighten that up. Just 1 coat is fine. You know, you could do 2 if you want to, but we're just going to go with the 1. So we're going to set that little guy over there to dry. And I already painted this one. I gave this 2 coats of the same chalk paint. I don't know how well acrylic paint would work on that because it's kind of a shiny surface, so the chalk paint really does tend to stick a little bit better. And I also, I'll grab the can over here in a little bit. I'm going to spray these because I want this, you know, it's going to obviously be outside, and I'm going to give it a couple good clear coats once these are all dried and all done. Alright, so while that's drying here, we can start decoupaging on this big flower. So I have some of the Mod Podge. It's upside down so it's almost empty. You can find these at Dollar Tree. This is the glossy one. Depends on what you want to use. But yeah, this is the gloss luster, whatever, Mod Podge. And then you just need your napkin. Now you need to peel it down to a single layer. This one here that I'm using, I think this is a 3-ply. And some come apart real easy, some are really kind of a pain. But there we go. There's the, whoops, oh, I should have took the other one. That's 1-ply. And there's the second one. So we're going to take both of those off and get down to the single ply. And then I just hang on to this stuff to wipe my hands with, because that comes in handy. Now usually I cut these out with my water pen or you know, water brush and stuff. But for this one, since it's going to be more like a collage on here, we're just going to rip these out. And I'll show you just how easy that is. We're just going to tear around whatever you want to use, because it doesn't have to be real precise here. Whoops, I ripped that flower. See, I'm going too quick here. And if you're not careful, you'll rip your flower like I just did. Anyway, okay, let's slow down here. I don't have to rush. Sometimes I feel like I need to rush, but I know I don't. Alright, so you're going to carefully tear around your image, and you can absolutely use the water brush too if you want to do it that way. And then I'm just going to start placing these on here. I think that'll fill in that space right down there nicely. I'm just going to place that one there, and I'll go ahead and I don't put any Mod Podge underneath. You can if you want to, but once you set it down on that Mod Podge, you can't get it off of there without ripping it, is the main reason I don't. I'm going to use one of these brushes. These are the Dollar Tree brushes that I love, and just dip it in your Mod Podge. Use a lot too. Don't be shy putting on the Mod Podge, because it dries nice and clear, and the more you have on here, the less likely you are to rip your napkin. Now once you get it on here, you really don't want to keep going over it too much, otherwise they will rip. Alright, so there is one set of these roses. I thought that was a rip, but it's not. It's just the white in the flower. Let's see, let's rip out a couple of these here. See if we can fit these on somewhere. And you don't want your straight edge. The reason you want to rip it nice is because if you have a straight edge and you Mod Podge that down, you're going to see the straight edge. If you have a jagged edge, it really helps to blend it in so much better. So let's see, I think we'll put that one right here. And you can overlap it a little bit too. Oh, I got a straight edge right there, don't I? I'm going to try to rip that off. I got it off. Alright, we'll just let that hang there. And you can just leave these edges hang on here. I'll show you how easy it is to cut them off after this dries. Alright, there is our second set of roses on there. Okay, and we're just going to keep ripping things out. I did go all the way around the edge with it too. I didn't cut, I'll show you here in a second, because I'm not going to make you watch me do all of this, because it does take a little time to get all these things ripped out and put on here. But I just want to give you an idea of how I'm doing it. Just tearing out some more rows. I'm trying not to get too close here because I don't want to get stuck in my Mod Podge. Got a couple more of these roses. And see if we can place them somewhere here. Actually, that might work right like that. Like I said, you can overlap this a little bit too. You don't have to worry, because wherever there's white, it's going to blend right in there and you won't see it. Alright, so that is the top part right there. You just want to make sure you got it down on the edges really good, because we're going to sand those off. I'll show you how I do that once this, get all this on here. And then I'm just going to place random flowers just around the edge, just like that, ripping them out. And that is what it looks like on the other side that I already did. I didn't cover it completely, I just put pieces around the edges. Let me move my butterfly out of the way. I'll just do a couple of them here, and then I'm going to do the same way all the way around, so I'll just show you a few of these. Some of them I took the big roses, some I just ripped out. Depending what napkin you use, you can use anything. It doesn't even have to be roses, it can be whatever. It could just be a design if you wanted it to be. So let's just tear this out, see what I can get on here. Oops, nope, I can't have that straight edge there. Alright, let's see. That'll look pretty down there on the bottom. Alright, now we'll let that dry. Oh, there's some butterflies in this napkin too. You can rip a few of those little guys out. There we go. Let's see. I did kind of wreck his little wing a little bit, so we're going to put him up here so it'll blend in with that flower where I ripped it. So there we have a butterfly added on. Real easy. See, little butterfly. He's cute. Like I say, you could just pull little different pieces out. You don't even have to use the same napkin for the whole thing. You can mix and match them. Alright, let's pull this big flower out here. I want to get this one side done and then I'll finish this up off camera. And I'm going to do the butterflies the same way, but with the other napkin. Like I said, I just thought I had more of those. I think they were ones that someone had sent me. I've had some of these napkins a long time, so I really can't tell you where to get these exact napkins, but you can find pretty napkins online all over the place. Oh, I think that'll work better on this curve here. I don't want to cover up that butterfly though. You can go on Etsy.com, E-T-S-Y, and a lot of sellers on there, you know, sell like just 2 or 3 napkins, so you don't have to buy a whole pack of them, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put that right there like that. So you can always go that route. Or check your grocery stores and stuff. A lot of times I'll find some pretty ones just, you know, at the grocery store. Or if you have a Christmas tree shop, or some people said they find them at like Ross, TJ Maxx, and like home goods stores, and I haven't checked there, but I know on Etsy you can get a few. I buy a lot on Amazon, but on Amazon you have to buy the whole pack. Alright, so I just need a little something here, and then I'll finish this one up off camera because I'm just going to do it the same way. I think that's going to be so pretty. I might just put leaves on this side. I don't have a lot of leaves in here. Let's see. I'm just ripping these out down here because I don't want to get stuck on my Mod Podge. As long as you keep your finger over the image, you're pretty good to go. I think that'll look nice with some leaves in here. Oh, I can actually get that to match with that leaf there. Oops. So we're going to put that one right there. And I think that's enough for this side. So I'm going to do the same thing going up the other side. And then you have all this stuff hanging off, and I'll show you how easy that is to get off of there once this dries. Alright, so let's set this little guy over here for a minute. We'll bring over our butterfly. That dried really quick. And ooh, now I got to make sure I use the right napkin for this, because that was actually this napkin. This was a 3-ply napkin too, but I just wouldn't have enough to do the top part. So these are nice. These cover a lot of space on here. I'm going to tear this bunch of flowers out. Save all your little pieces because you can piece them in wherever you need them. Yeah, I'm going to take that one off. All right. Set my brush down, it'd probably be easier, wouldn't it? Alright, let's see. Set that aside here. And I think this will pretty much cover most of this side of the butterfly. I think I'll do it just like that. Alright. I said, just make sure you use a good amount of the Mod Podge so you can straighten these out with really not that much trouble. Make sure you get your edges. I usually just go over them carefully. Make sure they're all down nice. Alright, so we got that there. Then we have this big old flower here we can put somewhere. Maybe we'll start on the other side with that one. This is just fun. These are just fun to design. Anything you want to do, any flowers you have, want to use. Let's see, which way do I want this? Maybe I'll make this one go that way. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you use, what napkin, whatever tickles your fancy. How's that? I don't know where I was going with that. Alright, so we're going to put this one here. Ooh, where'd that come from? Alright, and I pretty much filled in all of the butterflies. So I'll show you here quick what one looks like that I finished. This is what it all looks like when it's all done. Do both sides. Just make sure you let it dry really good before you flip it over. But this is how they turned out once they're all said and done. So I think they're really pretty. And I'm hoping I get this right. I've never made chimes before, so this is going to be a first one for me, trying to string these and hang them. Only problem I'm going to have is that I can't put a string through the bottom. Like I wanted to hang one butterfly, put a string through the bottom, hang another one, but there is no hole in the bottom. So we're going to figure this out though. Yes, we will. All right, let's see. Maybe I want to pull this flower out of here. Alright, we're going to put that one right there. And then we're just going to fill in those empty spaces with something. See, I overlapped that a little bit, but you really can't tell. Get my edges real good. Alright, now to fill those in, I'm just going to pull out maybe one of these purpley looking flowers to go in there with a little bit of the green. So that'll look like it's coming up from there. I'll stick to my fingers now. The little pieces are so easy to do. You just a little bit and there you go, you got it on there. And then I need a little something over there. Maybe I'll take some of these little pink flowers out of this napkin and put those over there. Oh no, maybe some of these down here. I forgot all about these little guys. They're like little buds. Whoops. That might fit in there nicely. I'm just going to pull that straight edge off. There. Just got this little bitty flower we're going to stick right in here. There's already like a stem coming up, so that should work out just fine. Alright. I think that's good. I think I'm going to leave this guy be. I don't know if I want a little bit. Oh, I just almost knocked everything over. I'm going to put a little bit of this pink flower up here on the top where there's going to be an empty space. The butterflies I filled all the way in. The flower that I did not. There we go. That'll look better with a little something there. Alright, now we got to let that guy dry. So we're going to set that over there. And then after these dry, I'll finish that other flower too off camera. That's not dry yet, but I have one here that's completely dry and I left some of the napkin attached to it. So once you get to that part, once it's good and dry, you just take a nail file. I get these at Dollar Tree. I may need a different one. This one's pretty wore down. Yeah, actually, do I have another one here? I do. These I think were in a 3-pack, these Diamond Cosmetic things. And then you're just going to go down on an angle. You don't want to go straight down and you don't want to go up over top of your image here. You don't want to scratch that. You just kind of want to go kind of not straight, but on an angle here, just so you get the edge there. And that just cuts that off. Yeah, it makes an awful sound. That's why I didn't want to do the whole thing here on camera. But that's all you do to straighten this out, and then that makes that nice, perfect edge. So that's all we do to get the ends of the paper off of here. We just file them off. I don't think any of these are dry enough. No. All right, so I'm going to finish this up, and then get the paper off of this one once it dries. And then we're going to figure out how we're going to put this little baby together. The only thing I did do is I took my little Dremel here, my handy dandy Dremel. I have a drill bit in here. Don't know what size that is. Don't even ask. It's been in here forever. I always use this one. I don't know why. But I just drilled a hole in the top of this flower here to hang it. And I'm hoping that I could just hang loop strings over the bottom here, and that's going to be enough room. My even frame, be enough room to just hang them from here instead of having to drill another hole like I did up here. You can see it right there where I drilled the hole right here. And I'm going to put that nylon string through there. So I'm hoping it's going to hang right. If not, I may have to drill holes down here to get them to hang right. But we're going to find out once we start to put this together. So once this dries, I will be right back. Okay, these are nice and dry now. I'm going to take this little embossing tool from Dollar Tree, or whatever you got with a point on it, and find where my hole is here and just open that back up. So I can get my string through here, hopefully. That looks pretty good. Alright, and then same thing on the butterfly. I went all the way around the edges with my nail file and got that all off. This one's a little off center, so I'm hoping it's going to hang nicely. But there, I'll put the hole back in there, and there's all of our butterflies all done. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I picked up 5 of those butterflies, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, so now I'm going to take some of this nylon string here, or thread, whatever it was called. I did get this at Dollar Tree. They had this, I don't remember what brand it is. Sometimes you can find that, or you can get some string from anywhere, but I did get this one at Dollar Tree. I'm going to make this really long, only because I'm not exactly sure where I'm hanging this, and I can always shorten it up later. So let's see if I can get this through this hole without giving me a hard time. What are the odds? Or I may have to put a little piece of tape around the end of it. No, it's not going to go through peacefully and easily. Alright, let me get a little piece of tape here and just wrap that end around there. Just to make it, keep them together. Maybe that'll go through a little easier. Alright. Come on, you're like right there. There we go. Gotcha. Whoops, got it stuck on the handle of my desk here. Alright, and then I doubled that, so then I'm just going to loop it right through there. That way this thing will hang forward instead of like sideways. And I'm just going to put a little knot in here just so it doesn't come back through on me. And then I'll shorten this up later because I know this is way, way too long. But like I said, I'm not exactly sure how low I want it to hang. And there is our top piece. Alright, so now for this piece here, I'm still not sure how I'm going to do this. I'm thinking I'm going to try to loop it through these and see if that's going to work. So I'm just going to make a really long, extra long piece here and double this because I want to loop it around there. And then we're going to figure out where we want our butterflies to hang so they just, you don't want them to completely bang into each other, but you want them to, you know, just tap and make some pretty noise. So there, we're just going to hang that there. And I don't know if that's going to give us enough room because these butterflies are quite large. I may end up having to drill holes here. We'll see. Let's try it the easy way first. All right. Let me actually, I'm going to put the other piece of string over there to add it. So I'm just going to put these pieces together and then just pull it through the loop. Let's see if it's going to work the easy way or if it's going to make me really work and drill holes in it. But I think these are going to actually hang too close together, although that might be just enough. I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these strings. So this is why I was hoping these were easy to drill through, because if I could have just drilled through this butterfly at the bottom, then I could have just connected the other butterfly underneath it. So let's see. We'll hang that one right there. So we're just going to knot this one a few times. Oh, and before I forget, there's one step I didn't do only because I can't today. And that is, before you put any of the strings on here, you want to take all these pieces out if you're going to keep it outside. And I'm actually going to end up spraying this with a couple coats of this triple thick crystal glaze. You could use any kind of clear spray paint you want to. Works just as well, but I just happen to have this left. I can't do it today because it's like terribly, terribly windy outside. So I don't even know if I would hit the butterflies. I wanted to do it beforehand, but that's okay. I can do it afterward. It's not that big a deal. So I'm going to knot this here several times because I don't want it to come loose, which will be good with the spray paint because that'll keep my knot from coming loose if I spray right over top of it. I'm going to knot this a whole bunch of times just so I make sure it's not going to come loose on me. Alright, that should be good. Once I spray paint it, that will kind of keep that where I want it to be. Alright, so there's our first butterfly, and then I think our second one needs to hang like, let me slide this up here. I should have moved my stuff off my desk. Alright, I think I'm going to hang the next one so it's like right about here. So we're going to take one of these strings, put it through this butterfly. So you need them to run into each other a little bit here, otherwise there won't be any noise. So I'm thinking right about there we're going to try. We'll see. I may have to take this all apart and drill holes in it, but we're going to try it this way first. Nope, I pulled it down too far now. Oh no. Don't make me do this all over. Is that not going to come out of there easily? Maybe. It slid down on me when I moved the... Oh, thank goodness. I didn't want to have to cut that and start over. Alright. Let's get that back up there where it needs to be. Alright, we want it right there. So let's try that again. I don't know how I messed that up so bad, but... Alright. We shall see. Like I said, this is going to be trial and error. With no matter which pieces you use or whatever, you're just going to kind of have to try it and try it again if it doesn't hang right the first time. Alright. I don't want to pull that yet. Are they even going to touch now? Oh, you see what I did? That's lighting because I don't have the other ones on yet. Oh, they are going to ding-a-ling together. Look at that. Alright, now I can adjust these a little bit. Okay, that is going to work, so yay. But you know what? I don't think doing it this way is going to work because this is going to move, I think. I don't think it will once we get the other side on. Let's try it. But I got these way down now. Ah! Alright. There, now it's back where I want. You know what? I'm going to have to knot this. Let me knot this so it doesn't go down any farther. No more, whoops, I didn't knot that. Alright, yeah, this is kind of tedious part here. Getting these to stay where I want them. Alright, now that piece is secured, so it won't slide. Okay, so now we got to get that one back up here. There. Definitely going to want to knot that. Actually, I might bring this one up higher this time. Now, you're going to have to come up just a little bit more. Alright, that's good right there. Like I said, this part's a pain. So you may have to do this several times before you get them in the right spot. But it's all going to be worth it in the end here. Yeah, you definitely need to knot this up here, otherwise that's just going to keep slip sliding back and forth. Alright. See, I really wish I didn't have to have a second string. But like I said, if you have something you can drill a hole through these, then that would be perfect. But I don't, so... Alright, so that one's there, that one's here. Then we're going to want this one over here next. And this part's going to be a lot easier because that one's already attached. Alright, so we're just going to pull that one up there. I think that should be good. I hope. If everybody's wondering why my video got up so late today, this is why. It's very easy to make. It's just very time consuming because you got to let all this stuff dry each side real good, but it is very easy to do. This isn't hard either, it's just a matter of getting these where you want them. Alright, now we need one more down here. Let's see where we want this little guy to be. Hang right down about there. I think that'll look good. It's gonna look so cute hanging up. I'm so excited. I wouldn't put this like in a really, really windy spot because if these things got really clanking together, they might break, but whoops. There we go. I'm knotting these like 5 or 6 times just because it's this nylon string and or thread, whatever you want to call it, and I just don't want it to come undone until I get it sprayed. Or you could put a little glue over the ends of them if you're worried about them coming undone. Even just a little drop of hot glue on there will hold it. But like I said, I still have to spray paint these. Once the wind dies down, hopefully tomorrow I can get that done because I want to hang these up. But I don't want to do that until I get all my ends cut off. Alright, let's hold this baby up and see what's going to happen. I think that should be... Oh, sorry, that's very noisy. I think this string needs to go over here a little more. I may have to glue that down too into place because they're just a tad bit close together. But you know what? I'm just going to put a drop of hot glue in there. After I'm done here, I'll just show you guys. Before I put it outside, I am going to put some glue there to hold these. They're just a little bit too close together. That's better. Now they look pretty. I'll try to hang these up here somewhere. I don't know where in here I can hang these, but whoops, that's my string to hang it up. But there you go. There are our pretty little, I'll quit banging that into the microphone here, our pretty little wind chimes. All right, I don't know where I'm hanging this. Maybe I'll get my husband to hold it up in the air. I don't know. But I'm going to let you guys go because this took a long, long time to get done here. Because, you know, never made them before. But, like I said, it's really easy. It just takes a little time for everything to dry. And I think this is going to look so pretty hanging out on my front porch. And it'll sound really, really pretty too. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.